All right, we record. Hit the like button. Share this video right now. Subscribe to the channel, man. It's your boy, Smoke Man Joe, aka Smoky Joe, with the Smoky Joe Week 4 picks against the spread, guys. If you're new to the channel, grab a membership badge, man. Shout out to the sponsor over at Bet US, guys. They giving you 125% off up to your first 3 deposits. Shout out to everybody that's already went over there and did that for your boy. Please click the link down in the description. Also, guys, grab a membership package for the next 2 weeks. All of my best bets in college football and NFL will be for all the members only for the next 2 weeks, man. And going forward, after that, we'll see what we come up with, guys. But for the next 2 weeks, I don't give a damn what membership package y'all get. Y'all can get the $2.99 package. You're going to get all my plays, man. We got a lot to talk about today, man, before I get into the picks, man. We got a lot to talk about today, man. I'm going to say this, man. It's another YouTube out here. I feel like it's playing with me, guys. Now, I went live on Friday. I told you guys I was liking the Bucks and I was liking the Browns. Yeah, I told some of you guys to put it in parlays, but, you know, that was Friday. Come Sunday morning, most of my members, y'all know, I didn't give y'all neither one of those plays. But it's this certain YouTube out here that's playing with me, guys. Making videos, just pumping his chest, acting like he's the best on the internet. But this the same guy that's stealing my titles right now, guys. All of a sudden, now you want to name your video week such and such, picks against the spread, when you haven't been doing that, bro. I'm going to say this, man. If you guys tired of motherfuckers hollering and screaming and yelling all in the videos, got snot boogers and shit hanging out their nose, come on over here to Smoky Joe, man. We got the realest picks over here on YouTube, guys. With that being said, it's buy low, sell high week in week 4, in my opinion. What I mean by that, some of these teams that been flocking a little bit, I think it's some great value on them, and we're gonna get right into it, guys. So in this video, I'm just gonna give you guys my picks and predictions on each and every game. We will no longer be using the term money pick because motherfuckers acting like people out here stealing their lingo when a lot of people use the term money pick. But yeah, I'm gonna give you guys my pick on every game. But to know personally what I got my hard-earned money on, I'm gonna have to get that membership package, guys. So blame the other guy. With that being said, let's go ahead and get right into it. Thursday night football, we got the Dallas Cowboys traveling to New York to play the Giants. The Giants right now, 4.5-point home underdog. Well, excuse me, when I gave it out to my members on Monday, it was 4.5. It's up to 5.5. I've even seen some 6s out there, but I'm all over the Cowboys here. Perfect bounce back spot here, in my opinion. Home teams on Thursday night football since 2018, 37-53 against the spread. So the fact that the Cowboys have lost back-to-back games and they've looked like total dog shit, this is the perfect time to be playing this Giants team, guys. Let's be honest. Last week, the Giants was just, in my opinion, lucky. The Browns are horrible. Let's be honest. Their offensive line is in shambles. So the Giants just caught a beat-up Browns team at the right time, in my opinion, guys. But here in this spot, the fact that Dallas is coming off back-to-back humiliating home losses, perfect time to go on the road and play the Giants. I love the Dallas Cowboys. I'll bet it up to -6.5, 7, guys, to be honest. I think the Cowboys get it done. Next up, we got the Denver Broncos traveling to New York to play the Jets. Right now, Denver Broncos is a 7-point road underdog. And I like the Jets here, guys. Another team where I'm buying low on is the Denver Broncos. I'm buying low on them. Pull a huge upset last week. You know, the Tampa Bay dealing with a lot of injuries here. But the fact is, we got a rookie quarterback going on the road against this tough, stout defense here. It's not even about Aaron Rodgers. It's about this Jets defense, man. I don't see the Broncos putting up no more than 10 points, maybe 13 at the most here. So for that, I got to like the New York Football Jets to cover the 7. Next up, and we got the Cincinnati Bengals traveling to Charlotte to play the Carolina Panthers. Carolina Panthers right now, 4.5-point home underdog. Line open up +7. It's down to 4.5. I seen some 5s going around as well. Tough game here, guys. Everybody expecting the Cincinnati Bengals to bounce back, rightfully so. I thought that this past Monday on Monday Night Football didn't work out well for us. What can you say about the Carolina Panthers? I told you guys last week to take the Panthers over my Raiders. I didn't think we'll lose, but I knew we wasn't going to cover the spread, guys. Carolina, they got a lot going on here. It's Andy Dalton going up against his former team, but also the Carolina Panthers, they're going to be retiring Julius Pepper's jersey this week, so I think it's going to be a lot of emotion going on in Carolina. Pretty sure the fans are going to come out here in this spot. I kind of like the Panthers to cover. Not a game I'm going to be betting. I'm going to tell you that right now, guys. But I think Cincinnati wins, but Carolina covers. I don't know the total. We'll talk about some totals on my live stream on Friday. We will be live Friday, 7 o'clock Eastern time, so y'all be on the lookout for that. But, yeah, I like Carolina to kind of keep this game close. Cincinnati should get the win. Next up, we got the Philadelphia Eagles traveling to Tampa Bay to play the Bucks. Bucks right now, 2.5-point home underdog line open up +1. So I'm sure it's going to be at 3 by Sunday. But if you can get the 2.5, I like the Philadelphia Eagles here in this spot to get the job done, guys. Let's talk about it. Tampa Bay is beat up, but so is Philly. But my reasoning for really liking Philly this week, guys, simple. Playoff revenge. Everybody know that the Buccaneers beat up on the Eagles in the playoffs, and the Eagles haven't forgot about that. I know the Eagles are dealing with a lot of injuries, but so are the Bucs. I just feel like the playoff revenge narrative here is enough for me to sprinkle a little something on the Philadelphia Eagles here in the spot to win and cover. Next up, we got the LA Rams traveling to Chicago to play the Bears. Right now, the Rams is a 3-point road underdog. And I don't want to lay the 3 points with the Bears. If you guys can buy it down to -2.5, I like the Bears here in the spot. 80% of the money already on the Rams. And let's face it, guys. The Rams was lucky to beat the 49ers in week 3, last week. They was very lucky and fortunate to get the job done there. But let's face it, man, this Bears team last week, even though they lost to the Colts, they showed me something. They had over 300 passing yards in the air, guys. Over 300 passing yards in the air. I think all that carries over here at home on their home field against a banged up Rams defense. I like the Bears here to get it done. I would take it on the money line or -2.5. And another side note here, the Chicago Bears are on a 6-game home winning streak, guys. That is tied for the most consecutive wins in Chicago in their history. 6 wins in a row. I think the NFL wants the Chicago Bears to break that record, and this is the perfect spot for them to do it and have the most home wins in their team history with their new rookie quarterback, Caleb Williams. I think the Bears get the job done there, guys. Next up, we got the New Orleans Saints, a 1.5-point road underdog, traveling to Atlanta to play the Falcons. Another game where both teams dealing with injuries, guys. Offensive line injuries, that is, but here in the spot, I like Atlanta to get it done. Y'all know I'm high on this New Orleans Saints team. I've already bet the New Orleans Saints to win the NFC South, and I think they still get the job done here. Well, with that, but the Falcons here in this spot, I just think they got enough to get the job done. I'm kind of glad they didn't win outright over the Kansas City Chiefs on Sunday Night Football, because if they would have got the job done there, I would have had to fade them here and take New Orleans. But the fact that they lost their game, they're still playing at home. They got a great secondary, and they can get pressure on Derek Carr. You know, if you get pressure on Derek Carr, he's going to look like the Derek Carr that a lot of people want to say he is, guys. But to me, Derek Carr is a very good quarterback. But when the pressure gets to him, he folds. He does do that. And I think the main factor here is Atlanta's defense should be enough to get the job done. Both teams dealing with offensive line issues here, but I like Atlanta defense. I like their secondary playing at home. I've already stated that I believe these two teams are going to split anyway, guys. So with that, I'm rolling with the Atlanta Falcons, guys. Next up, in my upset pick of the week, we got the Jacksonville Jaguars. Say it with me, guys, a.k.a. Lil Jags, traveling to Houston to play the Texans. Jacksonville opened up 5.5-point underdog, is up to 6.5, 6 right now. I like the Jaguars to win this game outright, guys. Why is that? Well, Trevor Lawrence is on a 8-game losing streak as a starter of this Jacksonville Jaguars team. He got his last win last season in Houston against the Texans, and I think he's going to get his first win here in this spot against the Texans. Houston, in my opinion, is still way overvalued here. Laying a touchdown, I'm not buying it. Both teams are on 3 against the spread, so something's got to give here. But I think as long as Jacksonville get a few of those players back, which I think they are in the secondary this week, they will find a way to upset Houston. That's my upset pick of the week, guys. And let's talk about that pick that Trevor Lawrence threw on Monday Night Football to Damar Hamlin. That had to be the most scripted, rigged pick I've ever seen, guys. It was all about Damar Hamlin, giving him his moment on Monday Night Football. We all know what happened a year or two ago with that. But yeah, here in this game, I like Lil Jags to bounce back and get their first win of the season. Next up, we got the Minnesota Vikings, a 3-point road underdog traveling to Green Bay to play the Packers. I like Minnesota here. Short, sweet, simple, guys. I like Minnesota here to get the outright win. Maybe Jordan Love comes back. I hope he does, because if he do, then you're just throwing him into the well too fast, in my opinion. They need to continue to let Malik Willis play. If you bring back Jordan Love, I think that's going to screw things up in this spot against this tough, stout Minnesota defense. A lot of people still not sold on Minnesota, but this defense is for real, guys. Green Bay, hey, shouts out to them. They got 2 big wins without Jordan Love, guys. But here in this spot, I just think Green Bay is way overvalued here. This line should be a pick 'em at best. But the fact that I'm getting 3 points with the better defense, in my opinion, and the better head coach, some might argue that, that's not true, but that's my opinion. I'm sticking with it. I like Minnesota to win this game outright. Next up, we got the Pittsburgh Steelers traveling to Indianapolis to play the Colts. Line did open up Pittsburgh +1, flip to Colts +2. At some point, guys, we have got to fade this Pittsburgh team. Shouts out to their defense. Shouts out to what they've been doing so far this season. But let's face it, they beat Bo Nix. They beat Atlanta where they couldn't even score a touchdown. And they beat up on a banged-up Chargers team. And now you expect me to lay almost a field goal with this team. I'm not buying it, guys. I like the Colts here in this spot. Colts, I mean, the offensive line, to me, is pretty good, guys. And you're going to need a good offensive line to beat this Pittsburgh team, to neutralize the weapons they have on defense. And I think playing at home, the Colts have enough to be able to do that. If they can establish this running game against this Steelers team, which I believe they can behind the stout offensive line, I think the Colts have enough to get the job done there, guys. Next up, we got the New England Patriots traveling to San Francisco to play the Niners. Line open up, New England +9.5. It's up to 10. This is a shit show of a game, in my opinion. Both teams, well, I'm not going to say New England, but New England is dealing with a couple of injuries, but not like the 49ers here. But to me, this just looks like a 49ers smash spot. It does, guys. The fact that New England's getting all these points, I'm pretty sure most of the public is going to come in and snatch up those points just because of the way these underdogs have been cashing. But like I say, it's buy low, sell high week in the NFL, guys. And some of these underdogs, I'm selling low this week. I like San Francisco to win and cover. Next up, we got the Washington Commandos traveling to Arizona to play the Cardinals. Washington is a 4-point road underdog, and I like Arizona here to win and cover this game. Short and sweet, guys. We got a young, horrible defense with a very young team traveling across the globe on a short week after a huge upset. I got to buy low, sell high here, guys. Give me Arizona at home, coming off of not a big loss, but a lot of people expected Arizona to beat Detroit last week. They didn't get the job done, but seems like the perfect spot for Arizona to bounce back with this high-power offense against this weak secondary of Washington. So I know I'm gonna have some Washington fans come on here and troll me, but it's cool. I like Arizona here. Like I say, the fact that this young team traveling on a short week after a huge upset, I got to roll with Arizona here, guys. Next up, we got the Kansas City Chiefs traveling to LA to play the Chargers. Line open up +4, skyrocket up to 7.5. And underdogs a 7+ this year is 4-0 straight up and against the spread. I don't know what the hell to do with this game. Not a game I'm gonna be betting, guys. The last time the Chargers quarterback Justin Herbert didn't play was against my Raiders, and y'all know what happened. They got absolutely mollywopped in that game. It's a tough one, man. Harbaugh, touchdown, underdog at home. He gonna have them boys ready no matter who's on the field playing. He's gonna have his team ready to go, man. And I lean Chargers to cover that spread. They might even still win the game somehow, some way. But I'm not gonna go out and say that the Chargers are gonna win. But it wouldn't shock me if it do. Not sold on the Chiefs team right now because they got the refs in their back pocket. They keep that yellow flag in their pocket everywhere they go. But we're not gonna get into that. But yeah, I lean Chargers plus the points here, guys. Next up, we got the Cleveland Browns traveling to Las Vegas to play my mollywop ass Raiders. Line open up, Raiders +1.5. It's flipped to us -1. I'm all over my Raiders this week, guys. This Cleveland Browns team is ass. The offensive line is trash. I don't give a damn if Max Crosby play or not. But I'm going to say this. There's a lot of people out here talking about my team that don't know a damn thing about Raiders football. Max Crosby is going to be on that field on Sunday. And he's going to make all the difference in this game, in my opinion. Cleveland offensive line is horrible again. They have no running game. They down with 2-3 offensive linemen, tight end. They got injuries all over the field, guys. As far as my Raiders go, this has got to be a bounce back game. It just has to be. Which loss is more embarrassing last week? The Browns losing to the Giants or my Raiders losing to the Panthers? I think it's got to be my Raiders getting mollywopped against the Panthers. So, yeah, must-win game here because if we do not win this game, then all hell is going to break loose in Las Vegas with these Raiders, and I don't see that happening. I see the Raiders winning their next 3 games, and there's a lot of value on my Raiders this week. I could have got it +1, but I wanted to see the line move. I wanted to see my Raiders a 1.5 point favorite here in this spot so I could really feel more confident in this bet. And as y'all can hear in the tone of my voice, I absolutely love my Raiders this week to get the job done. Next up, we got Sunday Night Football. We got the Buffalo Bills traveling to Baltimore to play the Ravens. Buffalo right now is a 2.5 point road underdog. Line open up, Bills +1.5. Now, in my opinion, this line is telling you guys everything you need to know. The Buffalo Bills had an unbelievable, massive performance on Monday Night Football. Josh Allen is balling lights out right now, but that was against a Jags defense that was missing their top 3 cornerbacks, guys. So let's just pump the brakes on Josh Allen's masterful performance on Monday Night Football because now you're going on the road against the toughest team you've played all season, guys. As the Ravens, here in this spot, I just think they get it done, guys. Lamar Jackson, this is all on him and Derrick Henry in the running game. And I think in primetime Sunday Night Football, we all know Baltimore don't lose too many games in this spot, guys. Yeah, the Bills, they're running the ball at an all-time high. They look very, very good, guys. They really do. But the fact that they're underdogs in this spot, I have to go the other way here. Buy low, sell high spot. Give me the Baltimore Ravens to win and cover. Next up, and we got the Tennessee Titans versus the Miami Dolphins. Tennessee opened up a 1.5 point road underdog. Now they laying 1 point. This is a damn trash can of a game for a Monday night, guys. But I'm rolling with Tennessee here, man. I don't know if I'm gonna bet this game because I watched that Tennessee Green Bay game last week, man, and Will Levis, boy, he got to be the worst quarterback in the league. Just calm down, bro. Just calm down, make the correct reads, and get the ball out a little bit quicker, and I think you'll be just fine. As far as this Miami Dolphins team, I told you guys a couple weeks ago against the Bills, man, on Thursday Night Football, it was over with for them. I know I had a best bet on Miami last week, but I just thought it was a good spot to back them against the Seattle team that is, in my opinion, overrated this year. Geno Smith laying points. He pretty much never really covers in that spot, but the fact that they was 0-2 against the spread before that game, okay, you cover one spread. But we'll talk about Seattle in a minute. But for as the Dolphins here, they just up in free fall right now, guys. I think their season is over, and they know it. This will be the type of game right here where it shows the most, guys. And Monday Night Football, who the hell is watching this game? Who in their right mind is going to be watching Tennessee and Miami on Monday night? But I like Tennessee here, guys. Next up, and the final pick of the week, we got the Seattle Seahawks, a 4-point road underdog, traveling to Detroit to play the Lions. I love the Lions here in this spot, guys. I think Seattle beat these boys last year, if I'm not mistaken. So this is a revenge spot. The fact that Detroit really hasn't been looking that good on offense, this is Monday Night Football. You're going to get that best effort in prime time under the bright lights. Not sold on the Seattle team whatsoever. Yeah, they have a good defense, but do you guys really think Seattle is going to be able to go score for score with this Detroit team? Because I promise you right now, Detroit is going to put up at least 28 to 35 points in this game. Can Seattle keep up? I don't think so. I like the Detroit Lions to win and cover this game. All right, guys, that's going to wrap up the Smoky Joe Week 4 picks against the spread, man. I ain't got nothing to recap because I just gave you guys everything. Like I said, if you guys personally want what Smoky Joe going to have his money on, you're going to have to grab one of them packages, guys. I'm sorry, but blame the other guy for talking about stealing his lingo, money picks, all that. It is what it is. But again, I appreciate the support on the channel, man. Stop stealing right now, guys. Click that like button, sub up to this channel, share this video, tell a friend about your boy Smoke Man Joe, because y'all already know how we rocking and rolling each and every week on this channel. All NFL, all college football, all NBA season long. We not going nowhere. We on here all year long. The other guys, they just on here for what, 20 weeks out the year? Get out of here, man. This is the realest sports betting show on YouTube for sure. I don't see none of them other guys posting bet slips. And if they do it, it's a couple $100 at the most. But you make a living off this shit, right? With that being said, man, hope you guys enjoy the rest of y'all week, man. I will be live on Friday. I will be live this Sunday as well. Now, I apologize for not going live on Sunday, guys, but college football Saturday was wild. It was wild. It was wild. It was wild. I didn't get finished watching college football on Saturday till almost 3 a.m. because we had a game with East Carolina that started at 6 p.m. Eastern time. And it had a weather delay in the first 5 minutes of the game. It got back started around 11:30 p.m. Eastern time and then go off to almost 3 a.m., guys. So, yeah, man, with that, speaking of college football, before I go, Georgia, Alabama, everybody want to know my thoughts on that. Hey, Alabama hasn't been a home underdog since 2007, guys, and they was a home underdog in that game against LSU. They lost that game just like I expect them to lose this game this Saturday, guys. I'm gonna be all over Georgia here in this spot, guys. And a few more college games that I like this week. I like Florida State +6 straight up on the money line over SMU. I like Oklahoma State +6 and on the money line over Kansas State. I like Arkansas +3 and on the money line over Texas A&M. And a big short lean, I like UAB over Navy. You guys know I was all over Navy last week. Double-digit underdog. It cashed out right. We got the job done there. But we got to fade them boys this week. Take UAB +3 and on the money line. And I think that's about it for the games that I'm probably going to have a few dollars on in college. Oh, yeah, I like Michigan -10 over Minnesota. And I like Notre Dame -7 over Louisville. Don't know if I'm going to get to the window on both of those games, but there's two games that I really do like, guys. So with that, again, I appreciate the support on the channel, man. Hit the like button. Share the video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Shout out to Bet US. Please, guys, go check them out. Link is in the description. Grab that membership badge if you haven't already. If you want all of my picks throughout this whole entire weekend. And hey, man, again, you tired of people screaming and yelling and hollering in the video with snot boogers and shit hanging out their nose? Holla at your boy Smoky Joe over here for the realest picks on YouTube. With that being said, y'all have a great night. I see y'all this weekend. Gone.